Default, so I had to default again. There we go. Hey everybody, I had to reset my microphone. Riveting stuff. Welcome to episode 106, year 534. Happy to be here. As you can tell, we have a special guest here. First time caller, long time listener, Bob. Ticking time Bob. Yeah. Wow. Hell yeah. It's special. Yeah. And Bob is also being bashful. He's also running his own amazing multi-game Pendragon campaign. Because you're also in the same universe. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah. Alright, well, how are Colin and Jim doing? Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, wow. Alright. Cool, so I make sure I won't call on you because you're already checked out. Understood. 10-4. No, I'm just kidding. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly, right? Alright, well, I'm going to get you while your attention is good on that note. I have a lesson for your Squire result for this year. Alright. So this early spring, a heated exchange of words were slung between the abbot and your Squire in Tillsbury. So you're going to be forced to take sides here without having too much information about what's going on. The context apparently is that they're arguing over a horse donation given to the abbot. Gweneby believes that the horse was stolen and that this is not the actual horse given by Aethelwulf of Devon. Instead, it's, he's like, no way, this is Cuthbert's horses. I grew up around, this is a Wessex horse. I've seen them before. Look at them, listen, I saw the branding mark. That's it, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. Everyone's muted but me.com. Oh my god, this whole time. Again, that's what I get for having default options. I'm so sorry. It's okay.
It goes.
Of course. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Everyone's doing really good. Bob is taking time, Bob. I'll just cut the the YouTube to this point, okay? So no one heard anything else, okay?
Fantastic.
Yeah, Bob's joining us. He's playing Mordred, by the way.
Sweet.
Yes. Gweneby.
So the abbot has a horse that was donated.
Yep.
And Gweneby's like, wait, that couldn't be the right horse because I know who has those horses and they didn't donate them.
Exactly. The what do you call it? Not maker's mark, but
the brand.
The brand. Sorry, the brand. I could not think of the name. Yeah, right. And they're like, no, that's definitely a brand from Wessex. Like they look, that's my old stomping ground. That was my friend's horses. And the abbot's like, what the fuck are you talking about, kind of thing, right? Like, why would I steal what? Like they're donating a stolen horse. Like this makes no sense. Blah blah. That kind of thing, right? Like he's like, no. And so there's clearly like, Guinepe's head's in the right spot, but also the abbot's a powerful man, and leveraging these claims might require some temperance. Who knows?
Yeah.
But the point here is that no permanent damage has been done to either side yet, but it's up to you to maybe like either heal this or solve it or something like that.
All right. So first step, round up the peddlers nearby.
Yeah.
All the peddlers. So I mean, like, if we're just talking like a like a palfrey or something like that. Like
it's an abbot. They don't. Yeah, it's an abbot.
Yeah.
They do not need an Andalusian charger. Okay.
Right.
The abbot. They just need something that can haul their tons of wine down to the Cross Keys. They just need.
Yeah. I think maybe approaching the abbot with like a obviously you're innocent of any how could you know the providence of the horse? That's kind of where Gorthrin's coming from.
Sure.
Gorthrin has so many horses that I stopped keeping track of all of them except for the ones that are special.
Can you give me I think it's important for you to actually test courtesy. One, because I know that despite it being high, you suck at rolling recently, so maybe
he's really put his foot in his mouth.
So this is triaging the situation, right?
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
and he's perhaps I can donate some from my herd, so that Guinepe's conscience can be assuaged. That's sort of what Gorthrin's proposing. Like the donated horse, Gorthrin will replace it with 2 from his herd. And,
is this a just event or?
That's how Gorthrin's looking at it. Like if this is a stolen horse, then we can't have that. If it's not, then we'll bring it back to the abbot. Okay. But this is I'm trying to instill that sense of, I don't want to snuff it out in Guinevere. That's where Gorthrin's coming from. Like if this is, even if Guinevere's wrong, that instinct, Gorthrin doesn't want to like tamp it down because, the kingdom needs knights that are like, wait, is something going on here? Right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, what's the key lesson that Guinevere is learning from the way you're handling this? And is to be just, but also like maybe to temper who you're talking to. Which is why this is complicated. Which means I love that it is just. So test just, but in a weird way, it's like just and courtesy, which is just as important to being a squire. All right. And remember, Guinevere is the lad who got stuck here last year. Right?
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Do you have any words for him being like he's getting in hot water, even though he was kind of, in the penalty box, if you would?
I think, because this is the last year we've got our squires, I think, before they're knighted. So last year it's like Bledig had to demote him from being first squire.
Yeah.
Just like I said,
like house squire.
He's like, enthusiasm and eagerness are admirable, admirable. Goodness, but even-handedness is another. Who you're talking to, how you present yourself. Those are all very important for a knight. You can win many a conflict by soft words in the beginning, so that it does not come to bloodshed later. And so Gorthrin will have 2 palfreys sit over to the abbot, and that kind of thing. He's settling into like an older sort of.
Yeah, man. No, this is what I love giving opportunities, these teachable moments like that shit. Spoiler alert: I also kind of stole these kind of examples from Bob's campaign for Squire ideas. And
because Gorthrin's also getting an age where it's like he might just be tired of killing and fighting like people. Monsters is one thing. People in service of wicked creatures is another. But like ordinary men. Gorthrin's like, do we have to? Like, there's so many that have died.
Well, shout out to you for doing the arrivals. Words are the first weapon drawn in every conflict. So, good, valuable lesson here. Speaking of valuable lessons, I'm going to go to Mordred here. Mordred, while you're booking passage for this Easter, you're coming out of I don't know, like Devon or somewhere in Cornwall, that kind of area, right? Like. Mm-hmm. You're down like the big ports coming from like Brittany and the like. You run into a few Frankish knights, a whole like Frankish retinue en route to Salisbury. So you kind of imagine you're like around the ports or whatever. Maybe you're just kind of I don't know, whatever you'd be doing at the port, either talking to the captains, trying to figure out who's going where, or you already have that settled and you're just looking for a place for the night or whatever. And the Lord introduces himself as Maximilian. Obviously, he knows who you are, right? And he's of course it's like Dorkney, quite far from home.
One might say, I'm not alone in that. Smile.
Your wit, it's as good as your brother's. I jousted against your oldest.
There's a bit of a spark in his eye, I think, when he hears that, and he says, "Interesting. I was not aware."
Oh, yeah. Well, if you were only a few years older, you would have been fighting alongside Arthur and the valiant knights restoring the glory that is the Frankish kingdom.
If only I was a few years older.
Yeah.
I think that resonates with him quite well.
Inadvertently.
It's his general energy, right?
Yeah, exactly. Inadvertently, he punched you right in the ego.
Yeah.
Right. But as this is going on, your eyes can't help but kind of wander to the rest of their retinue, and along with them is a total smoke show by the name of Lady Carrie. And she's like one of those people who's like a 10 out of 10 hottie, but definitely wearing like the cannot show my hair, very like modest, like her emphasis is on the modesty kind of thing. You just know looking at her, like, oh, she's pretty.
Yeah, I think he has trouble like hiding that. I think his eyes would keep, as he's talking to the Frankish knight, his eyes kind of keep wandering that way.
Yeah. And he sees their eyes wandering, and he's like, oh, forgive me, we are so tired from our journey. I was so rude. I did not introduce you to the rest of my retinue. And he goes over the stuff, right? And finally you get to know this lady's name. Her name is Lady Carrie. And this is Lady Carrie. Forgive her though; she's been very sick since for this voyage, and she looks very bashful. But she also kind of gives you that sort of it's very nice to meet you, Mordred.
Sir Mordred.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with your brothers. I try to pay attention to all of the tournaments that go on, even up here.
Again, in the pride a little bit.
You tilted. You tilted
I hope to have
third at the whatever open.
I did. I still have some time to prove myself, though, and perhaps you'll have the opportunity to watch me tilt.
I would love that. This will be my very first time going to the tournaments on the continent, or off the continent, and no doubt you'll be jousting in the best with everyone else. Now tell me, why aren't you on the round table? The rest of your brothers.
I believe, can I test something here?
Yeah, for sure.
To test something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe modesty versus pride.
Hell yeah, right? Yeah, for sure.
I just want to see how this rings out. Well,
he is more modest than proud at this point.
He's a little more proud than modest, but yeah, it's coming out right now. I think he'll say, I haven't proven myself as my brothers have, but I hope, no, I mean to change that soon.
I admire your passion. When you say that, you have that very driven sentence the way you land that, and she picks up on that and stuff. Well, I'll be there watching you.
You honor me, and so in doing so, I look forward to the opportunity, lady.
Cool. And we bid adieu on our way. Lovely. Acewin. We have a scene with Karen and you discussing protocols with Maximilian and what we should do for his visit. How sociable should we be together in the Frankish hall, with the Frankish guests. and kind of discussing that kind of logistics of
how do I know how permissible this sort of thing is seen outside of Logris? Because Arthur
it's not permissible.
Okay,
but Arthur's basically giving you cover, right? And well, you're also giving yourself cover by being basically unimpeachably good at being a knight, right?
Yeah.
But also, like, Arthur tacitly lets this happen.
Yeah, it's we're gonna hide it. It's I was gonna try and like weasel and like figure out some way to split the difference, but I think Acewin recognizes that this is one of those times where we just gotta suck it up and pretend. And that is not fun. It's yet another ask, right? First time I was like, go to Ireland. now this.
I think you're okay. I think there's going to be two things here. I think I'm going to ask you to probably deduct love of family by 1 for basically having to eat this. But I think you get to check honor and hospitality for basically then having to it tears you up, but at the same time then you kind of turn that into opportunities for both.
Yeah, it sucks.
She hates it too, right? Being like, I get torn away from you in Ireland. The only time I'm here in the continent for the Easter, and we don't even get to be together. I have to be, Alwina's bodyguard.
Yep. Yeah, Acewin's just like, correct.
To duty, so then the drink is like, the boast is to duty, right? May we enjoy what's left, right? After duty has taken its lion's share.
I wonder how Archie feels about this.
It's true.
He
loves family. Would he be mad at you? Being like, how could you do this? You're more important. One of my moms is a coward. That's a very 19-year-old, I think, opinion, right? Of
right.
Moral absolutist. I know exactly what's right, and there's no gray area whatsoever.
I think it is probably for him. I think it's between like prudent and reckless. That's really what, like, regardless of your sort of philosophical stance on it, the practical stance is between those two things. So I'm going to test those because they're very close for Archie, and I want to see which wins out. And
oh boy, yeah.
Okay,
Reckless.
So reckless wins, but he recognizes the prudent part, and I think this ropes in with the developing kind of picture we're getting of him, that sense of entitlement that he has. Be like, we are the Winterborn Gunnets.
Yeah.
Like, do you forget that, mother?
Yeah. No, we're no longer bumpkin knights. We can. This is one of the luxuries of our position.
Yeah. How long are you going to continue cringing in Gareth's shadow? Like, do you not cast a large one of your own? Like, am I not going to cast a massive shadow of my own? Like, come on.
Not to make you ask her to roleplay against yourself then, but like, what would be Acewin's response to Archie? Like, know your place?
Historically, Acewin does not react gracefully to having that kind of domestic authority challenged, I think.
And it's not like Alwina's going to do anything. Alwina's half the problem.
The
laziness, right? Yeah.
Acewin is accustomed to having a wife who is so lazy. It's just you whatever you do is best. I'm going to continue my weaving. I'm going to continue, and then
Karen's
other wife is Karen is the fucking bodyguard, like literally socially subordinate.
Yeah.
To a fucking baron.
Yeah, I know. So the bad cop doesn't have the power.
Acewin is used to being like, I'm my father's daughter. I make the decisions. I make the good choices. I'm the reason this family has not slipped back into obscurity. And Archie's the one going, no, you're not. Like, come on. So I'm not even going to roll for that. I think that genuinely aggravates Acewin, because it is her son is treating this legacy with such blasé, and he always has.
Yeah.
He always has, and that is simultaneously his strength and his weakness.
Yeah, that it's always been there.
It's always been there, and
Right.
he knows how to use it, and that's the strength part. Is like he knows how to use it. He is very self-aware in one sense of the word.
I love it. I love the progression of our characters through the ages of where they start. This is sick. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, scene for Jim and Colin here. Maybe not less a scene, but maybe just kind of talking out loud here. What's the thing about your all's domains that kind of gives you peace, or like would restore you from like stress, right? Like, would it be like the view is the way like the sun hits, Elaine's tower? Is it like your halls adorned with your trophies and your swords that like makes you feel at peace? Is it just your family and your wife around or wives around? Like, what is the thing about your land that gives you peace? So like, I'd rather it be material than personal, like people, if that's okay.
Yeah. I mean,
So
definitely.
you can tie it to either nature or like some kind of environment, but I would allow the halls and your treasure as well as an answer.
Oh yeah. No, I think for Gorthrin, like
Property.
Till's Head is still what, like where he considers like his home.
Yeah.
Even though they spend a lot of time, in Wessex. So it's those fields, right? Like there's just that huge, the plain, like the Salisbury Plain. I think where like the horses go running and where he goes riding, and it's that. It's just this windswept, rolling hills, sort of freedom that.
The dewy morning and the horses out and stuff like that, and just looking around and knowing that this whole place, like anywhere the sun touches, is yours.
Yeah, you guys like, I have to ride to Cholderton in the morning. Oh, darn. Like that kind of thing. Yeah.
No, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Aeswin, it's the Winterborn, the crossing there, down near where the Oathstone is, right?
Yeah.
There's always been this kind of connection between the family and the movement of this river. It's ebbing and flowing. How like we have ebbed and flowed our fortunes, and I think that going down there where her father both created the Order of the Born and died.
Yeah.
So like it's a very powerful place. I think she probably goes down there most mornings, like starts the morning by walking down to like metaphorically have her coffee by the Oathstone.
Yeah. Oh, nice. It's a good little slice. I'm really curious about that, because I feel like that's an underrepresented spot of our characters about the actual place. Sounds really cool. Thanks for that. That's sick. Because those descriptions are good, neither of you suffer a calamity this year to your lands.
Hey.
Oh, sweet.
So good job.
All right. We're not we're not hiding away in our vaults, counting our treasure and shit.
Yeah. Maximilian arrives as you guys are getting ready for Easter. And Gorthrin, I have a scene for you and actually your ward, your Irish kid, Aiden.
Yeah.
So, remember, Aiden has been pretty temperamental with you. He kind of hates this place, kind of doing the angsty teenage thing. But he's trying to learn to respect his place. He's begrudging you. You saved his life from a fantasy cat.
Mm-hmm.
But Aiden, at this point, wishes for more free reign, because he was kind of like not necessarily grounded, but you certainly weren't letting him go off and do his own thing, right?
Right. Yes.
He's wishing to go hunting in the woods.
Has he proved trustworthy?
Yeah, he's been.
Year?
Yeah. The rapport since winter in this event is that he's been relatively obedient, binding, relatively listening, and stuff like that. And now he's asking for more freedom.
Yeah.
Do you trust him?
I think showing him some trust is a good experiment. If he abuses it, then that's the last it would be of at any time. But if he can handle, you can go off and hunt, but this is where you sleep, this is where you stay, you don't get in any trouble, then life can improve for him. The idea is that he would come to enjoy it and find a place in the household.
Check trusting. All right.
See if this turns out.
All right. And I lied about the whole feast going right there yet. I forgot. Aeswin, when Maximilian's retinue shows up, you are also smitten by Lady Carrie. And their values of being modest. Can you do me a favor here?
Yeah.
Can you test either chaste or love of wife because you are wed?
Okay. It's chaste.
They don't pass through Till's head, do they?
No.
There it is.
They went up to Sarin.
Ooh.
All right.
Some of the old fuckboy coming back.
I'll save the scene. We can put it to the feast where like there's a little eyes and glances of things. But we'll deal with that at the feast, and I'll ask to do the little flirt and sub encounter during the feast, which will also be great because Mordred will be there.
Yeah, and so. Archie's also getting knighted this year.
Yeah. So, and you have an Arthur do it, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a big thing.
Oh,
how could this kid ever be entitled?
Right. Nameplate. Okay. Cool. Then
the king's hosting your birthday party. No big deal though.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Then, without further ado, Mordred, do you want to do anything before the feast? Are you down here or no?
I don't think so. Not at this point. Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Cool. All right, let's get ready to feast her. Cards are ready. Everything's ready. Don't worry about money or you're Mordred, give yourself a couple dollars for like jewelry or whatever, because it's kind of expected as an orc that you have a pretty decent, appearance.
This is in Camelot?
Yeah, we're in Camelot.
I thought this was like the feast for Maximilian. Which one got it?
Right. No, there's no like we're doing just the Easter feast in Camelot. I don't want to have only have two feasts and Mordred not really get a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
Right. I know you two. We would just do feasts literally the whole entire fucking show.
Entire game.
Go home, okay?
Just
so we don't even do the adventures. I just summarize them for like 2 seconds at the end and say check sword, and then we just do feasts. The entire game.
Yeah.
The entire Great Pendragon campaign just told through feasts. It'd be pretty amusing.
We're joking, but now I'm thinking that I could do something with that. Yeah. All right, so I get fashion.
Appearance. He doesn't beat it. He doesn't pass it.
Hey, look at that.
Nice.
Okay, and then I can just add, so if I threw like 2 Libram in, that would be 2 mod, right?
That's pretty reasonable, yeah.
Mordred's just going to make a stink about where he's being set.
Ooh.
Because I got a...
Don't you? Yeah.
I got an 18. I failed my appearance.
Don't you have to, don't you lose honor for that? Or something like that?
I mean, I get to take it up with the host.
Right, with Arthur.
Yeah. Like, Arthur, my king.
Oh, hang on. Only because, would you go to Guinevere because of your status with her?
I mean, I probably would, actually.
Yeah, that's only... Sorry not to contradict you.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice. Does she call you Gorthy?
I hope not.
Yeah, okay. There's no endearing nickname.
No, I don't think so. Because he doesn't like...
Sweet G-Dog.
I don't know. Like, I was rereading the what happens when you have a more passion for Guinevere, and there's like 3 or 4 different ways to interpret it.
Yeah.
For Gorthrins, it's very much like, no, she's a queen. She's obviously beautiful, but it's like she's also the queen, and that's unconscionable to think. But it's just like he admires the hell out of her. You're
the moderator of the early Pendragon forums, of Logris, of like all the fan mail for her. Like you literally are reading it and blocking it and having to filter it. That's literally your job.
First in the replies.
Yeah. You just get sacks of fucking letters every time in Camelot from people doing this, just reading.
Literally her white knight.
Yeah.
How many fan cams have you made of Guinevere?
Let's see.
Yeah. Just right. There's just a lot of knights professing their what's the word I'm looking for? Unrequited love.
Here's everybody else's letter and mine.
I put that one on the top for you.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to take up the seating with Guinevere.
Yeah.
And have her.
Yeah, she stopped. She stopped offering poetry competitions just because it's literally a waste of paper. There's too many submissions. It's like we lost half the Collingsborn wood the last time we did this. We're not, no more paper. No, I'm just kidding. No, they didn't even use. No, that's
parchment.
I was gonna say never mind. That's
all the cows in Salisbury.
Yeah, exactly. They're using vellum. My bad. Yeah, it wouldn't be paper, pulp.
Something we've never really talked about is like how Aeswin sees this amour, this extraordinary passion that Gorthrin has for the queen. Because I think it is just inexplicable to her. Because the love of Guinevere stuff passed right over her.
Yeah,
like amour Guinevere. Yeah, like 12. It's like it's nominal. And I just really like the idea that there's something extremely alien to it, like just fundamentally we're working on different planets right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Nice. I think Mordred probably also doesn't have the Guinevere passion.
Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I would assume not. Or...
Yeah, I assume that like. You also have that exact same, like, does anyone else see how crazy this is? like, what is going like, she's just a queen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's literally magic.
That's what, to Mordred, yeah.
It's like the metal kid that just can't stand why people, or can't understand why people like pop. Like,
I'm just going to go find Lancelot. He understands.
You also could be, I don't want to use the word tainted, but, like, just persuaded by your mom. Then like Guinevere's not necessarily all they're up what you're up to be, that kind of stuff. There could also be a little bit of that led to the cynicism there. So, yeah. Awesome. All right. Let me get to the feasting. Let me figure out what we're eating today. Roast heron, meat tiles. Oh, nice. And then chicken wings, Duke's wings. Oh, save room for those, Gordrin.
We'll get that size back.
Dude, the Duke's wings, man. Roasted chicken and pheasant. Oh, by the way,
this is a very meat-heavy spread we've got.
Yo, I actually saw a pheasant for the first time.
Mittens growing tonight.
Yeah. They're huge.
They're huge.
They're bigger than I thought they were. They're like the size of a big duck, you know? Not like a swan, but like definitely a duck.
Yeah.
They're just weird. They just hide. They like literally seem. No wonder we hunt them. They seem like they have a death wish. Like they don't hide. They're like fucking bright gold, like green with like a green head. I don't know.
Mood.
Yeah. But anyways.
How did you survive this long?
Yeah, exactly. Like of course we eat these things. How are they? Yeah. How are there any left? All right. Yeah. So anyways, without further ado, how are we doing it?
Yes. The bad. We need the feast screen. Or at least I don't have the feast screen.
I don't either.
Same. You know, that's because I didn't drag us over, because you guys are all on the winter phase. I'm so sorry. I promise you I've actually ran Pendragon on Roll20 before. Just swords do just trust me.
There is evidence.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
I'm so sorry about that. I
legit.
Literally blotted that out.
Gorthon comes back from this. Can you believe it? They had me seated down here. Meanwhile, Kidwalla is.
No, don't you have to test something though to get your seated back? I'm not letting you off the hook here. There is actually a mechanic for this. I don't know.
It says. What does it say? Any character who is involuntarily seated in an area below a character with fewer glory points must succeed at a modest roll or lose a point of honor. Characters who fumble their appearance automatically suffer the honor loss, as do characters with a crowd of 16 or higher. Player knights or ladies may decide to take up the social slight with the host at any point during the feast or afterwards. So, like, it's immediately as soon as he knows, he's like,
So you still have to test modesty. Yeah. It seems like it's like you're forced to test modesty, and then after that you can approach and have this thing.
Let's see how this goes, because Gorthron's stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. No, he's not gonna. Doesn't pass as modest.
which makes sense.
But then, does he get the point of honor back when the redress is called for, or is this like a slight that he?
No, I think this is a slight.
Living with it.
I think this is a slight where you lose the point of honor. But of course, being the first knight of the Queen's Guard, you are reinstated for sure.
Yeah.
There's no law necessary for your honor. But that sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of ambiguous. It's like, I could do it any time. So I'm like, why like immediately? Who did this?
Right.
Who's the new seneschal that's in charge of this place?
Yeah.
Right.
Is it one of those things where like the foreign exchange student sits in your lunch seat? Is that what's going on? It's like
who's here?
One of the foreigners. Yeah.
Yeah. One
Some
of the
Irish motherfucker.
Like, can't see. Can't read the card or whatever. All right. There we go.
Awesome.
So he's gonna draw cards.
Cool.
Here we go. There we go. Let's see what we have here. No host cards.
Enhance.
Yeah. So we have
smothering Aeswin with your cards. The disrespect.
Yeah, what's that? Yeah. Another knight vies to identify another knight first. A servant girl flirts. Servant girl flirts with Gorthrin. Flirting, potential winter phase ramifications.
Mm-hmm.
Introductions. A famous knight.
So you don't have enough kids.
Yeah. All right. Jeez. Outside the area, ask you to introduce them to some guests. That's kind of fun. There's a lot of foreign guests today.
Yeah.
Passion.
Might be that could easily be like Maximilian. What else you got?
Passion. During a conversation, a fellow guest says you lack passion. That's a rolling passion with a chance for a duel.
Yo.
That's
Lamorak. Yeah, I would love it. That was probably like Lamorak or somebody being like, "Oh, clearly the queen, queen doesn't think that highly of you. Someone took your seat here."
Yeah, someone took your seat. Like, what are you talking about? And then merrily did he run. Entertainer mocks one of your distinguishing features in his song. Gorthrin's distinguishing features are that he has a bright smile, long legs, and walks with a slight limp.
All right. Mocks your smile.
I like the passion one. If it is Lamorak.
Yeah.
And, he's gonna be like, what? How dare you? He's gonna roll some more.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go.
What did you say to me?
Have you met Gorthrin?
This is like a feast-stopping moment of my love of Guinevere is beyond reproach. Moves cloak dramatically.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you even suggest that she even thinks less of me as a result of a simple mistake like this? You're very, just.
Lamorak's like, whoa, dude. Like, oh, all right, yeah. He's like
feeling touchy.
Yeah. After this, yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, okay, it's all right.
Give me my meat tile.
Yeah. What do all the I imagine Mordred, you're camping out with the rest of the Orchids, right?
Yeah, I think
so. And they are probably they love Gorthrin here, but they probably think man, Gorthrin's a little out of line. What's your opinion on him, Matt? Again, you're only speaking to your brothers, so speak freely.
Yeah, I think it's there's a lot of things I respect about that man, that knight. I can't say I understand, though, his feelings for the queen.
Yeah. Him and Lancelot, man, they're fucking crazy. It's they're all drinking, and be like, yeah, well, listen, Gawain's been like, yeah, well, the alternative is, if you don't have love of her, is I don't know. You're pretty cursed, right?
If it drove him to be the man he is, then perhaps it can't be seen as all bad.
Yeah, well, that's no. Believe this is Gawain to you, being like, believe me, Mordred. all love's bad. Fucking sucks. Right? Love hurts. It's a waste of time. He just remember he lost his wife and like he's been cursed to like have to serve women for his just everything.
He's on some weird subreddits, man. He's going down a bad path.
Yeah, he is. So he's kind of commiserating in his cups here. Agrimore and forgot the other one and stuff. They're like, oh, come on, dude. Like, that's too far, man. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. Leave me to my cups. Classic, edgy, going. Wow, no host cards.
No host cards. Got some. Queasy. I'm tempted to just take Queasy. No, that's one of the ones that you're stuck with when you can only draw one card.
Right.
But, Mead. No. Test of Strength. I don't think that's where Acewin is in life right now. And the other two are interesting, right? Merchant of Venom. This is like an important year for Acewin, and to have the Jester like single her out at this feast would be, that it would a lot of brain weasels would come out of that. So that could be interesting. But then the other one is Stewardship, and like I keep losing stewards, and I like that one because there's an element of like Acewin's having to do this herself now, and kind of is like trying to spin it in her own head is like not the worst thing, even though it sucks.
Oh yeah, I love this. I love these spreadsheets. I love them.
Yeah. I actually didn't know that you could enjoy numbers and how sometimes you put several of them together and then you get a different number, and sometimes if you do it the same way twice, you get two different numbers, and sometimes that's wrong, and other times no one notices until we're calculating taxes for the year. So I'm gonna go Stewardship.
Did you know there's a thing that's called an annuity? It's incredible.
Yeah. These singing Valkyries promised to get me my Libra now. All right, so I'm testing Pride versus...
These peddlers say I can lease a card rather than own it outright.
There's a timeshare.
The peddler I found in my bedroom promised me a great deal on this card.
Now, if you just get 3 knights in your downline...
Yeah.
Stewardship fails. Orate crits. Love it. So it is literally what we're talking about. Like, I don't know Stewardship, and I'm just like, I'm so proud of myself for how much money I've made. We're still very rich, and I'm a happy person.
Right. Oh man, that's really good.
Love that for me. So I get, hold on, Orate. I also check Proud.
Yeah. If you are indeed a rich knight.
Which I am.
Yeah. Or deceitful, if you were ordinary. That's amazing.
Actually, the joking part aside, I think Acewin has maybe internalized a little bit of her son's pushback, being like, we are the Winterborn Gunnets. And yeah, it sucks that but like, we're rich. We're rich. Yeah, we're rich. Like, okay, so I lost some stewards, but I'm a knight. I'm a knight of the round table. So fuck that.
Perfect. All right. Mordred. You should be not quite at 8,000, so you should be pulling 2 cards.
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering too. All right, I will. I think we'll start with cards for sure.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just assumed you were pulling cards. Sorry.
I thought about being. You always want to be crafty with the other things, but nah. Let's be honest. Center stage. That's what it says.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go with the pro strats.
Oh. Wait, how is this not a host card?
Yeah, that's what I was
What?
wondering.
Center stage, the host calls...
calls.
Yep, sorry, go ahead.
The host calls upon you to entertain with story, music, or a song. Imagine he's bad at all those things. That is tempting.
Would you... The host calls upon you, entertain us. I would love it if you... just to really tie this all together. I don't know, but it's if you pick that one. Which one are you thinking?
I think it's more interesting than the
Lady of the Night
one. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say if the Lady of the Night could easily be Lady Carrie.
I was gonna ask that too.
I think both are very delicious. Center stage would of course be having to write a give us your favorite story about Guinevere.
Oh.
No, it's just kind of unrelated and right, and then Lady of the Night would be Lady Carrie.
I feel like I'm gonna have to go with. I feel more comfortable, I think, with the Lady of the Night one. As much as the center stage one's great, nothing's like popping off as a Guinevere story. I think it'd be if I had one in my back pocket, I would love to do that.
All right,
But
no, for sure. All right, let's do that.
All right. So, courtesans making eyes.
This has to be chaste first level.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
But I'm going to modify the card a little bit because you're not going to be paying for her.
Right. What is the consequence?
The consequence is that we're going to be doing a flirt solo mechanic thing.
Okay.
Like the Book of Solos has a little like flirting mini game, so we're going to be playing that if you win the.
Odds are going towards lustful here. Let's see how this plays out. Yeah.
All right, goes to lustful. All right.
I
So
think
go
he's
ahead.
kind of like his eyes are on both things. He's like, I could stay here with my brothers. Oh, there she is again. And then he starts to go deeper into the wine, and then finally builds up a bit of courage and stands up and begins to walk that way.
So your brothers are like, hold on, this is awesome. So like your brothers are kind of commiserating about like no luck with girls and everyone we're all cursed and stuff like that. And then here you are being like, well, I'm gonna prove you all wrong. Like, what do you say to your brothers? Like, like is this like a friendly thing and you're kind of above like their little shenanigans, or are you gonna like kind of rub in their face a little bit here?
Yeah, I think maybe he's feeling a little bit more confident with the wine.
Yeah.
He says, I love you, my brothers, but your failings are not my own. I'm young and still have plenty of life left in me. And then with that, he stands. He's used to getting, the story about, man, if only you were like your brothers and older and you got to live through all the glory days, right? He's definitely the young brother and not in the good way kind of thing. So.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. He's like, all right, well, I can prove you all wrong. I love that. That's great. And they definitely they respect you for that, Like they feel you're used to taking the piss out of each other. You're the Orkney brothers. Of course, you're going to be having this kind of rapport with each other. So when you're able to get a victory over them, they appreciate it. It's hard fought. All right. So here's what's going to happen. Because I want to keep the camera here. Because I think I'm going to modify some of the possible consequences, because one of the possible consequences would obviously be like during the feast, Acewin like comes across you flirting, as like a possible one, or like maybe you just like throwing stuff out there, possibly because right now it's set up to be like you could have a bastard or like an affair and stuff like that, but like I think it'd be more interesting if you end up like having to be committed to do the joust for her, or like committed, or like running into Acewin as like possible challenges, or or you like go full courting with her as a possible success. So
I think those first two are more interesting.
Yeah,
definitely,
for sure. So you need to test flirting, appearance, and dance. If you don't have flirting, then just use half your appearance.
Okay. permission to make a honor passion here. I think he's trying not to disgrace himself after calling out. Would that
I don't think
apply
honor.
here?
No, I don't think honor has
Okay.
anything to do with it.
Okay. Maybe like a no. I don't think love family would either here. Hey, okay. We'll do half appearance.
You don't need it. All right. Then you test your full appearance, and then I'll let you test your choice of dance, play, or sing.
Okay. No good there. Dance, play, or sing. Well, the best score out of those three is play harp.
Okay. So
At 3. I wonder if it would be more interesting, though. I think it'd be more interesting if he offered to dance, because there's more of a social piece to that, and it's more obvious to his brothers there. It's
right. It's a
right?
chance for you to gloat here. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably gonna, like, odds are that this is gonna fumble entirely here, or fall flat entirely here. So let's.
Holy shit.
Apparently.
What a 10% chance hits 100% of the time. Dude. So, like, yeah, you're everyone, maybe not everyone noticed, but definitely your brothers noticed that you're like a skilled dancer. I love that. Yeah, so you'll learn a lot about her while flirting, like how she's focused and is completely celibate. They hated the ocean. In fact, they're deathly afraid of it. They were praying to God the entire time, and so you're able to comfort them. But then they also apparently love tournaments and watching tournaments and all the like. So you got a total of 2 successes, which is more than enough so then Acewind doesn't rudely interrupt you, or like get challenged by a rival, which is good. The second consequence here would be she will ask you to if you want to court her. No, I'm reaching here. 3 successes would mean you have the opportunity to court her entirely. 2 successes here is probably like a conditional court where, like, she wants you to win the tournament for her.
I'm actually only at 1 success because I didn't get half on the appearance. So.
Oh,
could get more interesting.
That's never mind. Yeah. So then that definitely should be like, I'm not, like, her dream would to fall in love with a tournament winner, and she's falling in love with you. So like one to one here would be obviously you just got to win this tournament, and then everything's okay.
No pressure. He's I think he's resolved to do so anyways, right? He's trying to make a name for himself right now. So I think after the dance, he
you spend the night.
There would be and he's not terribly good at that. So I think he's short on his words at this point with her.
You start talking about how much you hate sand.
Exactly. Yeah, there's an Anakin vibes there for a minute, and then he says, "Well, thanks for the dance," and heads back to his brothers.
I love it. Yeah. So they. No, I think you actually leave the feast for that, because that's like the exit of the card here. So it's like you guys, but rather than like, because you guys are too modest for and chaste for actually like sealing the deal here. But you literally just spend up. You just are enchanted with each other, and you just kind of talk about life, and maybe you kiss a little and hold hands, But like it's very much you just get to know each other a lot tonight. So when are some of the things that you would confess to her about you being Mordred? What are some of the secrets that are going through popular Mordred's brain right now? Right, as a kid, as as a young knight.
Yeah, going back to that Anakin vibes thing, I think he's, he's in his brother's shadow.
Yeah.
So he spends time like definitely confessing just he wants nothing more than to get out of that shadow, nothing more than to be a round table knight. But it's not because he wants to go out and do um, all the great things that that some of the round table knights do. It's that he is upset that he doesn't have what they have. It's like there's a jealousy there that drives it. Um, he's tired of being the youngest that doesn't have that. On top of that, I think he'd go into like kind of um, smack talking a couple of the knights in a way. I think around their love for Guinevere, not necessarily just Gorthrin. I think it would also include Lancelot. And it's not it's like this contrast where he's in one side of his mouth he's talking about how great they are as knights, and the other side he's like, what is this ridiculous focus on the queen who's taken, like, isn't that dangerous, and what does the king think of it, like
and she to your credit, she also is very much like the queen could definitely be more modest, right? So she kind of agrees with you on that space there. Yeah. No, I love that. She shares her fears with you, is that she will fall in love with a knight that isn't, what would be the right, I'm not sure what the right term is, because like she definitely is believing like the honor of love and stuff like that, but she's just afraid she's gonna fall on a knight who's enchanted with the devil, and speaks of a good life, but behind closed doors is actually the devil. In so many stories from back home. But my mom always told me that good things come to those who wait.
To some. Yes.
Oh my! Look at the time. It's the bells go for like the late evening prayer hour or whatever. It's like, well, I'm expected, so I have to go to the chapel. But Mordred de Workney, it's been an absolute pleasure, and she holds her hand out to you.
He definitely takes it and kisses it. I think he'd leave, like, right as she's about to leave. Yeah. He would say, "I wait," and he's like,
she turns around.
The tournament. I'm going to win it. He sounds pretty uncertain as he says that. Yeah. He tries to sound like he's confident, but he starts to think about all the possible knights that could be tilting here and his own skill, and he's not actually confident about that. So
he smiles. Yeah. I didn't bring it up during the feast because of the order of events here. But yeah, the big tournament that's going down is going to be, I think it's called the Pelenges? Pelenges? How do you spell it? Pelenges. Sorry. This is the big tournament. It's going to be an all-comers big one. Takes place in the city of Pelenges, which is very helpful. Modern Fraudsham. Again, very helpful.
It'll get worse.
Here we go. Fraudsham, near Sutton Woods. No. It's in Liverpool.
Oh, so it's way up there.
Yeah, so the border of Wales and Logres and Cambria. Nice.
Alright. Got some interesting cards. I feel like Yep, Camelot, and they were like a big procession to the tournament.
Yeah.
Ladies' gifts. Several knights speak about gifts to their ladies. One. 4 late knights. 2 knights are arguing against getting out of hand. It's just versus arbitrary. Difficult questions. An unwed lady asks how she looks. This is like a you could keep and petition to marry them. I just have never seen this one before. Difficult questions.
You're the queen's first knight. You should have a strong opinion on this. Tell me about this dress.
Yeah. It's like,
is it flattering?
Yeah. It says flirting, romance. Flirting or romance, your choice. At the end of the feast, if you still have this card, you petition the lady's lord for permission to her.
Yeah.
Another more food. Another platter of food is brought out. Temperate versus intelligent.
I could spice up that lady card. That could be for Gorthrin. Or sorry, not for Gorthrin. Sorry, Rygar.
It could be. I was going to ask if he's here or if he's still in Ireland. Because if he's here, definitely going to be like, hey, why is my, like, can we get my brother on that round table?
Yeah.
I know we've talked about it a few times before, but
he's here with King Anguish.
Okay.
He's kind of like, he got to say hi to you for a little bit, but clearly, like, King Anguish has been, like, keeping him around more, you know?
Yeah.
Remember, he was, like, kind of being, like, his marshal?
Yeah.
So he's kind of like he's just, really busy.
Yeah. If he's here, then later. He's
being the Marshal of Salisbury is very different than being the Marshal of, like, Meath and in Ireland right now. You know, and you have a little bit more
active warfare every day.
Yeah, exactly, right. You're like, oh, well, I'm technically suppressing an insurgency every single day. So it's a little more challenging.
Yeah, yeah. I do like that though. For like Gorthrin playing matchmaker for his family.
Yeah. And it has been like 5 years.
It's been a while. Yeah, yeah. All right. So so we go difficult questions. It's flirting or romance.
Yeah. Last year, and just so you know, checking in for Gorthrin last year about his quest for the cauldron, the Irish cauldron. I forgot the name.
Yeah.
He got pulled away by Anguish for another, Irish revolt, so we didn't really have a chance to do it this last summer.
Yeah.
The good news, though, is that he got a bunch of skills for the year.
Yeah, he's keeping busy.
Yeah.
All right. So it's my flirting or romance roll that will. It's just it's got a card with like a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
This is, remember, I think marriage is a lot on the mind here, because I want to recall, the Tristram and King Mark marriage, and her, King Anguish's own, daughter being married off right now. So, like, there's a lot of, like, this is good stuff to have weddings.
I would definitely go flirting. Flirting is Gorthrin's strong suit compared to romance.
That's what I was, right, because I think that's happening this year. Or no, sorry, it happened last year. And that's why some folks were in Cornwall. Like, the Orkneys.
Okay. The Orkney lads.
Yeah. That's a 1. You have a 19 flirting. That's incredible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the geniality bonuses.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, Gorthrin chats it up, like, if you heard about my brother, it's just quite the, single-handedly fending off all these rebels, keeping peace. He's talking about them. He's trying to get his brother a companion, someone to share the burdens of life with.
I think it would be very interesting if it's someone from Cornwall and getting tied into like the corner side of stuff. Partially because like the next like 10 years or so is basically the continuation of like the Genny family and the King Mark side stuff. So you having being brought into that shit some more would be pretty fun.
Let's do it, because we've already, one of Gorthrin's kids is already betrothed to someone from Cornwall. But not like a Sin, like his other ward.
Yeah.
He's betrothed to someone from Cornwall. Yeah. So the even
man.
more ties would be fun. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Let me just make a note to say, figure out who this is.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll figure that. And then you can introduce her to Gorthrin and, or sorry, I keep mixing
To
them up,
Rodgar,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, to Rodgar. Rodgar.
Excellent.
Possible life, right? Because Rodgar's going to have to fight against his own love and stuff, and be like, "I've been hurt before." You know, it's like this was dumb of my brother to set us up, and then like maybe like the facade falls down, right? So we'll have to see.
Come on, Rodgar.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yep.
Cool. All right. While the camera's on you though, Gorthrin, you receive news from back home. It might be Gweneby, who's kind of have to be, sort of like your house, who's still maybe like still back at home.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of show up to Camelot and be like, Gorthrin, you gotta come with us. There's something going on with your horses. They're
Like
sick.
right now, like we have to go right now.
Well, I don't know. They're not doing well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
This
mean,
is like, yeah.
This is like leave the feast, gotta go.
Maybe not, but like this message had to reach to you. Like they're we're taking care of them as best we can right now, but they don't really want to eat. They're being very sluggish, though. It's like it's all of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
all the Chargers.
That's concerning. I mean, okay, all right. We'll make plans to leave early then, like after the feast.
Yeah. You're right. This is not a pressing you must leave the feast event. I'm just flagging something that we'll get a description later.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got?
I'm looking at A Man for All Seasons and the Great Deeds. The other cards, Mordred, nah. Overindulgence, also nah. I don't think Acewind's going particularly hard this Easter. I haven't done A Man for All Seasons, but that's one that you really want to show up earlier to get real benefit. Like, it's the second to last card. It's not quite as interesting. So I think I'm going to go with Great Deeds. And that fits with the orate that I literally just checked Pride,
Yeah.
So let's keep the ball rolling.
There needs to be a King Arthur Marvel Snap card game.
I don't know. I know what half those words were. What?
Sorry. Okay. Is there not a King Arthur collectible card game?
You said a Snap card game?
Yeah, like Marvel Snap. Sorry, I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap lately.
I have no idea what that is. And I refuse to learn.
Don't learn.
Okay.
Save yourself the time.
Modesty wins. Gain 5 glory. Okay. This is actually probably Acewind like toning it back after realizing what happened earlier, and just like I can't do that all the time. I'm not built for constant bragging.
Yeah. Oh, second thought.
Definitely one of those moments of like, oh, more people are listening to me right now than I thought. I am now uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm out. Okay.
Where did we leave off? Is it?
It's Mordred.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with cards again because they're the best. Let's be honest.
Hang on. No, technically you left the feast.
Oh yeah. So
you spent this whole time talking.
Yep, that's right.
Which we kind of already did for the last part, but I don't want to leave you high and dry here at the feast.
No, don't worry about it. That's good. I think
Okay.
we got a solo scene there out of him. So,
All right.
yeah.
Fair enough then. Then we are on the third round?
On the third round?
Yeah, I think it's to you. Corbin.
So I've been continuing to chat up this this lady.
How great Rodgar is.
Yeah. So with the flirting success, she continues to stay
Interesting.
by Gorthon's side.
You're doing a lot of work for Rodgar.
Yeah, he really is. Like, can you believe it? Yeah, just let her hear it all. Ireland is such a beautiful country.
Yeah. Cut to Pictish raid suppression.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, just like covered head to toe in mud.
Yeah. Awesome.
Dismounted.
Yeah, just a village on fire in the distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And so basically, like, the idea is that he's going to hold on to this, and then when the feast is over, he's going to go find Rodgar and then do all that, like, introduce them, and then he'll...
Oh, yeah, for sure. Then, Aceman, you have one last round.
Yeah.
Which also means that I guess you don't get a chance to do the flirtatious thing with Carrie because of other events, which is also interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, and it looks like I'm landing on a host card.
Dun dun dun.
Generous host. Move up once you remain there. Okay. Well,
go to the high table.
It's still worth two geniality.
I can't find. Has anyone seen my nephew? Mordred. No. All right, Aceman, come up here. I need your advice on something.
Nice. This was a good feast for Aceman. Like, damn.
Yeah, six extra.
Yeah, 6 extra.
You also didn't you crit oratory, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
So I got a good Easter feast.
You definitely should have given yourself more glory for the crit as well. I think the standard crit is 15. Right?
Yep. So that's in total 140 glory just for this feast.
Wow. It's like a really short battle worth of glory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing that's going to piss her off is it was listening to Archie's advice.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, it's that's gonna piss her off more than Archie pissed her off by giving it in the first place.
Is him being right.
Yeah.
God.
And I love the developing picture of Archie as like, he's the guy who's right and no one likes him for it. Like, he's a fun
extremely
guy
unrelatable.
He's a fun guy to have at parties. He's super generous, but like, he'll tell you something with a kind of smug knowledge that eventually you'll understand why he's right.
God damn it.
Oh, he's a fun little piece of shit to play. I can't wait.
Alright. Gorthrin. Oh, okay, just kidding. Let's go. I need to know about Gorthrin, whether or not he's going to end up going to this tournament based on his horses. And he might have to outsource this quest. Alright. Sorry, Jim. I have a question for you about the horses as the feast is winding down.
Yeah.
Right. So here's what's happening. All your horses are frail, meaning that you're going to be adding 2 to their ages for their aging rolls this year. And you'll be doing that for the foreseeable future until you find a cure for their frailty.
Like, what?
They all have a higher chance of death.
Yeah. What is their... Is it like from something they're eating? Like, what
Yeah,
You know,
they're
does the farrier or whoever, like, I forget what the horse master is.
yeah. He's like, I don't know, man. I've never seen this before, but it's only affecting. I will give you this though. It's only affecting the horses that have the elf blood in them, of the elf horse.
Only affecting them. Okay, so I just have some Andalusians. They're just Andalusian chargers.
Yeah,
that have
they're okay.
They're fine.
Right, so that's what they say. You like, I pour from the same well. I give them the same grain. And the UFO over here is doing great. And
is it the
but
pure-blooded elf
is,
horses?
Yeah,
or the
pure-blooded ones? Yeah, are definitely suffering the most. But
pure-blooded are suffering the most, and then the ones that are the hybrid.
Yeah,
the
hybrids.
Pairs.
Yeah, the mated pairs. Some of them they're taking it in different directions.
Okay,
some are
they're
worse than
all
others.
of them.
But yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm right. So we might have to go. We might have to go to Elfland to get a medicine for him.
But you going to Elfland, you have the tournament. You have Pendragon. We've already signed you up for it.
Okay, well, we'll have to ride in my stead. Which sucks because I just sunk 2 points into Gorthrid's lance.
So
my
you would rather,
and my training for last year.
So you would rather go with your horses and so. Oh man, welcome to being an adult.
Yeah. I mean,
you're all ready to go to fucking Lance.
There's nowhere else to. There's nowhere. I've already got some of my best knights already doing other stuff, right? Like, Cadwalla. I mean,
who do you trust to do such an important task, right?
Who else could do it? Who else could go and but we need.
So I can tell you what happens. Yeah, I can tell you that what you need to do. This is what Nimue tells you is that they have a sense of like, not like wasting sickness, but like it's kind of something akin to that. They have to return to the land of Fairy what's it called over there.
Uh-huh.
And they'll be replenished if they sip from the Lake Lagnolia. Yeah. That will cure their ills.
And can Nimue tell me how to get there?
Yeah. Let's assume they can give you a rough direction.
Okay. All right. So how many horses do up here?
So, but you're gonna have to bring a bunch of horses with you.
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna probably have to bring your men-at-arms and everybody with you, right? Just because there's so many damn horses you have to take care of.
So we're talking 7 horses here.
Yeah.
Ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of which 4 of them are foals.
Yeah.
One of them is the gift from the Elf King, right?
Yeah, the King's gift.
Yeah. But those. So that's the one Gortham usually rides. Is that's suffering the same affliction?
Yeah.
So that's probably where he found out. Was at at Camelot. Like the horse he rode here is like, okay, gonna get back to Till's Head, and they're all like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I have enough horses that we could still be mounted, but we're on Andalusians exclusively.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to go to and take them to over there. All right, how do we get over there?
Right. I believe you have to go into the woods.
Get lost in the woods.
Yeah, get lost in the woods, exactly. Where the woods turn to pines and like everything kind of looks like that flat. I think the answer is. Yeah, I think there's something about like when you're in like those pine forests and like it's raining and you're in those pine forests and the rain literally doesn't touch you because it's like so thick and there's just nothing but pine needles on the ground. It's like something about that sort of like. You don't exist elsewhere but there, and that like transform. But like, and then when you can pass through that, that's like the interstitial astral plane. Is that sort of like?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the only place I'll go looking for that is somewhere in the Midlands.
Yeah.
Somewhere there near like the Forest Sauvage or where we passed over.
Yeah. You enter a giant metropolis full of doors.
Yeah.
Everything's big sign that says "No gods allowed."
Right. Long turn.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. See a
all
bunch
right.
of hippos with guns and a bunch of people with horns.
They're
Anyway.
all hordes.
Yeah.
Devils, all of them.
All right.
Yeah, we will make our way as best we know how through these primeval forests and try to find our way over there.
Cool.
And yeah, we're bringing the whole bunch because we got
Yeah. We'll okay.
I feel like Cadwalla and her uncle Moriel will have to go to the tournament.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So then I want to keep the camera on the tournament, and we'll do the solo part, or not necessarily the solo part, but we'll continue that part of the adventure for next session.
Mm-hmm.
So then you can just change gears and play Cadwalla and stuff. Right? That's fine.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. All right.
Cadwalla and the worst Baldwin. Is that who you're sending? Like the younger Baldwin brother no one remembers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're not that far apart in age, I guess. Like Moriel's in his 30s, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Born,
Danny Baldwin's only like 2 years younger.
Yeah. Moriel was born in 504, so he's like 30 years old, and then Cadwalla is 23. So
Yeah.
there
About the same age as Mordred.
Oh shit! But Moriel can't ride regular horses, so Moriel's elf horse is also frail, and he's got that.
You're gonna have to rent a horse.
I mean, if
You have to
only
ride
you
it like
knew-
a rouncy or something.
If
If only your family had a family with whom they're close and had a thriving stable right now, and
do need
possibly offspring from your own stable in that
Do
stable.
you have any elf blood horses?
elf
I
blood?
know the
No.
king and queen do.
Yeah.
No, sadly, you gave me one of the non-elf blood ones. It's okay though. I forgive you.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I have 3 out of my 7. Almost half my stable is descended from Gorthrin stock, children
yeah?
stock.
okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So they're all chargers. So if Cadwalla needs a charger, charger.
Yeah. Well, Cadwalla, I've got a horse for Cadwalla, but I don't know that Moriel cannot. He rides elf horses exclusively. Normal horses don't like him.
Ah,
That is what I wrote about him.
Yeah.
well, hold on. Then I could offer him the son of the king's horse, the one that hates men, because it's not going to get worse.
I don't know.
It's like,
At long last.
if the horse is going to hate you anyway, this is a good horse to hate you.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the one, Moriel would be like, all right.
Here, this is what I love about just rolling up random shit that happened like 10 years ago. That like inadvertently you just wind into a problem space that is like, like yeah, or I could just say like, just kidding, I planned this the whole time. But no, like this is like literally perfect, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
All right. Moriel will try to ride King's Gift. Certainly not at a tilt,
Yeah.
but maybe just on
Right.
the road.
Yeah, son of king's gift. I'm writing
King's Gift.
Yeah.
Right.
And Gorthrin's that. Then if it's all of them, then he's also going to have to include the king and queen's horses that he gifted. Because
No.
they need to drink as well.
Yeah.
Are they good?
No, they're good. It's only the horses under your possession, which is
Okay.
the weird part.
All right. They got some other kind of magic going on.
Yeah, you're being cursed.
I mean, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is why you're like, oh, my horses are sick and they're getting cursed by some. Okay, no one.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
why
it's
we
fair. I
immediately went to
deserve it.
Nimue. We were like, we're not even going to go to the church. They're
Yeah.
not equipped to handle
You-
this.
Yeah, you check back on your kill count and you're like, yeah, okay, fair.
Fair enough.
Yeah, someone. All right, one of the something's
Other
looking.
sorceress.
Revenge, sorceress, yeah, families. I'm one of them. All right, we'll figure it out.
Comes with the territory.
Exactly. All right, cool. So let's do petting gaze. All right, for the tournament, anybody want to declare who they're championing for? And does Asen want to go, or does Archibald want to fight?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think, given that his he's being knighted.
Yeah.
I think Asun would take a step back.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't give you any spotlight for Archie's knighting ceremony. Is that
That's
okay?
all right. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, in universe, it's obviously a big pomp affair, but everyone involved has been like, yeah, no, this is just gonna happen. Like,
Okay.
that's kind of where we are right now.
Yeah. Well, yes. The feast stops and you get the plus 1,000 glory. Yeah.
Yeah, I immediately get 3 advances for Archie.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Like you can see how.
Yeah.
Let me double check what his stats are. I
Is-
think he.
I mean, these are going to be the characters
Yeah.
that have to close out the golden age.
Is he a bachelor knight for the time being? Like, does he just live at the house that you run?
Yes, I mean that's going to change, but he is now that he is knighted, that's going to change. But
Yeah.
until then, he was definitely just
Yeah, he
in
just-
the basement. You know.
Sure.
Sorry, no, the guest house. Is
No,
really,
he was wasn't he squiring under somebody? But
He was. Although I didn't have who he was squiring under. I don't think.
I don't. And it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
I thought it was
But
someone important, but okay.
yeah. Yep. And I think I'm gonna do all of it in his traits for his advances. So I'm not gonna manipulate his stats. His stats right now are what they are. Just 15. Not great horsemanship, but could be worse
All right.
on the other 2.
You all are going against some of the best knights of the realm.
Yeah.
Some notable folks are missing from the tournament, though. They had to apologize, so you're not alone, Gorthrin, when you have to back out and someone fight in your stead. A couple people, like King Mark and like are being like, I'm actually gonna go get married.
Yeah.
So
As you do, I guess.
yeah. So this is King Anguish's stuff, right?
Yeah. I don't know what Kedwall's glory total is, but I know what it might be. But she's also been like a knight for 2 years now.
I mean, it's at least 10%.
So yeah, it's at least it's the 10% she had when she was knighted that Gorthrin had.
It's like
And then,
there's a
just
pretty
the-
good chance. There's a pretty good chance that every 2 years you're about probably gaining anywhere between 200 to 500 glory.
Yeah, 'cause I was kind of hoping she was like knighted on the battlefield by Sir Sagramore.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause she spent the
battlefield
last,
promotion. That sounds
she
right.
spent the last like 2 years of her squireship in Ireland
Yeah,
with him,
with the fucking marshal,
with all,
yeah.
with all that. Yeah, that's where she's been until
Yeah.
she came home as. I don't know. Is she like? There's a lot of questions we don't have to answer. Like who like is, because as she is their kid, that she inherits the baronial title from Wessex, right?
Oh yeah,
So it makes like King Godwin is her immediate liege lord.
that's true. Yeah.
Like it could get really complicated.
Yeah, you have 2 liege lords.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to figure that out. But that's a problem for future us.
It's a future us problem. I made a note to myself to hash it out later.
For sure. All right, but for the tournament, we have to figure out who we are lining up against for the first round.
I think Mordred will probably ride for what's her name?
Carrie.
The lead. Yeah, Carrie. There we go. I think he will. It makes sense to me, given how that played out. He will at least offer. I don't remember the etiquette there, or is it she who has to offer? He approaches, right, to see if that happens. So, yeah.
I think he approaches and she grants or doesn't.
Correct. You ask for the my lady's token, right? And she gives you her little like wreath or whatever, her blanket that you keep on the tip of the lance, and everyone cheers and stuff as you go around the part, the track. What do you call it? The Thunderdome.
field.
The field. Yeah.
Jim, did we establish whether Gorthrin had any daughters close in age to Archie?
I mean, Kidwall is only a year older.
Right.
Yeah. But it wasn't like she wasn't being, like she was just going to be like a regular knight until much later, whenever Conan was ordained.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would assume there's her. Katie is probably like the Gorthrin's next oldest.
Right.
She was born in 512. It's kind of like there's like 2 or 3 there that are sort of in similar ages. Yeah, like Katie is technically being knighted this year as well, but as the 3rd kid, she's like, "Oh, you're gonna get a horse and some armor." You know?
Gotcha.
You know, you can whatever, make your way in the world. You can stay at home if you want, but we're just gonna keep pumping out knights.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Archie's going to make a move without Aeswin's foreknowledge or consent and offer to ride on behalf of one of Gorthrin's daughters, and I was trying to decide which that would be. It sounds like Katie.
Katie would be a good,
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie would be good.
Nice.
Yeah, they sound like they're the same age. Came up together.
Yep.
Nice. All right. So for part of the tournament, this is kind of like a detail of tournaments I was just reading up on that we kind of overlook. It's not super important, but it might have some sort of political attentions to. When you sign up with the marshal for tournaments, for the melee part, you choose whether you're fighting for like the host side or the opponent side. When you go to tournaments.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense because that's the big,
like the home or away team.
Faux battle.
Yeah. Do they make sure that the sides are equal, or is it like if no one likes host?
Yeah, I would assume because that's not chivalrous combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still kind of funny, like the host of 3 people just getting the shit kicked out of them by the guests.
It's like 3v20, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I should have been a better person.
Yeah. Nice tourney of Downey. Thanks for holding it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the host here at Penengues.
Yeah. Which I don't know if you have opinions on, but Aeswin, your sister would be definitely here.
Oh, good. Yeah.
We haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, so she's definitely going to be the one to tell Aeswin. Aeswin's like off feeding the horses, is like, I'll be in my seat when things start. And Aeswin's sister like rushes and goes, "Do you know what Archie just did?" Well, has he embarrassed himself already? I don't know, honestly. Also, how are you?
Yeah. I'm doing great. How are you? Yeah, exactly. But, it's just a funny kind of catch up.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll for our challengers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a D10 list for you all, so each of you roll a D10 and see what you randomly get. If you roll the same, obviously you got to reroll.
So how does Katie take that?
Again.
What the fuck? All right, you all are singly fighting Tristram.
God damn it. Okay.
All right. In order.
We're not going crazy.
It's just someone fucked up the tourney list and we all charge each other at the same time.
Oh, everyone's fighting. Everyone is 3v1 Tristram.
They're like, we don't have time to do the joust and the melee, so we're going to do both.
Yeah, at the same time.
Just lance in one hand, sword in the other, go for it.
Yeah. Just Warhammer heroic figurine.
Right.
All right.
So Archibald will tilt against Tristram.
No, I think Aeswin got. Oh, I see. 3, 8, and 5. So no. So I'm gonna read off the 3, then the 8, then the 5. So 3 is you're going against Arthur's son, Sir Bor.
Oh.
Mordred. Mordred is going against Sir Bor.
Oh, yeah.
which is really cool because now you have the honor of going as one of Arthur's sons, which is like prestigious.
Spicy.
Right? Yeah, very spicy is Mordred. Certainly, yeah. As an Orkney boy, not related to Arthur whatsoever, that's very interesting.
Not even a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Following. Okay. 8 is Tristram.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
That's good stuff for Archie.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. And 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get Sir Lilo of Harnham.
All right.
You played against Sir Lilo. Got like second in the tournament against you a while back.
Okay.
This was a name from 531. It was a tournament in Ireland.
Okay. Yeah. Katie Wall was definitely there.
Yeah. So the grudge match.
Yeah. We're back, baby.
All right. Let's stick with Mordred here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Mordred. You do the nice little proper pass between each other with like the flags and stuff like that. There's an opportunity just to share words with your opponent as you guys kind of cross each other and stuff. Is there anything you do? Wish them a good fight. Tell them they're going to get their ass kicked. What do you want to do? What's your approach to when you're in a joust here?
I think in this case he's wanting to sound more ready for this. But I also think he's not fully there yet. He's not super boasting. I think he just says, "May the best knight win."
Sir Boar's pretty fair, and will appreciate your chivalrousness.
Yeah.
And kind of so rather than saying anything back to he just gives you that kind of cultural up nod, or maybe like to you as well.
Yeah, I don't think he says too much more. He leans on the side of prudent for now.
Sir Boar, though, will not go easy on you, and he's going to call on a passion.
Mordred will most likely do the same. I think he'll call on honor, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm also calling on honor. Okay, I fail.
Oof.
Okay. You're gonna get the one up on him here.
Is it testing lance? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. When you fail, it's -5, right? Passions.
Yeah. If it's his passion's 15, it should be -5.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. All right. First round for the joust. We're only doing best of 1, so.
Yeah.
5.
Hey.
Tie. We both hit. Our lances break, and we have to go again. All right. So just kidding about the best of 1. Your passion sticks through because it's the same combat.
Makes it more spicy this way.
Can I call in a different passion?
I think Khan's
It's muted. Yeah, there's no penalty for failure of a passion.
On
any of them.
Well, then I don't have to call in another one. I'll just get to go again. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You lose points of passion, but it doesn't impact the skill test. I remember this is one of the things I liked because it took some of the risk
Sting
out of
Yeah. So
Like,
I lose
there
a point
was
of honor?
if
failing?
your passion is between 16 and 19 and you fail, yes.
This was 50.
If it's
Nothing happens.
nothing happens.
nothing at all.
Okay.
Right? The game wants you to try passions that are 15 or lower. It wants you to try and
sick.
build those up.
All
Yeah.
right.
I did
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
All right. That then let's just say that Sir Boar gets out of his head and is fighting at his real strength here.
Sounds good. Right.
Can you beat an 11?
We'll find out. Nope. Sure can.
Oh my god. All right, Mordred's out. Turn round 1. All right, that sucks to you. Sir Boar's going to help you up, you know, because he's an honorable knight, and be like, well fought, Mordred. Could have been either of us down on the ground this time.
Can I test modesty here?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's taking that hand. I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he kind of just like smacks it away, and then like smacks the hand away, and then starts to climb up, and kind of huffs off.
See you in the melee, dude. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
very good.
Awesome. Yeah, they're mad. Oh boy, I was rooting for you, man.
That's all good. I felt like I had a one coming there.
Yeah. All right. Then we're going to. Let's do Tristram.
Right.
Tristram obviously not going to the marriage ceremony with King Mark because he has his heart broken and is not dealing with that at all.
And I'm wondering whether that's something that Archie would try and take advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
Not in a dickish way. Just like I know he's going to be distracted, so I just want to like make sure that he's distracted.
And like I know how the story's supposed to go for the King Mark Tristram thing, but I think I already put Tristram on the list, and I'm just going to retcon it. It's fine. Tristram will inadvertently do some stuff with the Queen in a future event. It's fine.
Yeah. So could I like try and like in that past, I want to say something to kind of throw him off his game and like get him. And I'm trying to think how I would do that without being a total asshole. Like for Archie, it's just like he's playing the game. Like this is the game. He doesn't actually want to fuck up Tristram's head, but he also
there's no trash talk roll.
Yeah.
Right. That's really interesting.
I'm of two minds. One
Cruel.
is intrigued because like
you're
trying to. The other is courtesy, knowing like the exact wrong thing to say is kind of the same skill as knowing exactly the right thing to say. But that's more like protocol, I guess, more so than.
Yeah, I think it's a trait.
You think it's a trait?
Yeah. Sorry.
You know what? Oh no, this is Archie. This is Archie to a T. He's going to be straightforward and honest and be like, I hope the marriage ceremony and your feelings don't throw you off your game.
Okay, radical honesty.
Yeah, just radical. That's fucking Archie.
All right.
Sincere.
Yeah.
I hope, I'm sure you'll beat me either way, but I hope that your head's in it.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not giving you honesty. That's cruel. We're being cruel, but you're doing it through honesty.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm not gonna.
Why is my cruel 20? What?
Your cruel is not 20.
My cruel is 10.
Did you actually roll a 20 though? It says 100. Hold on.
Okay.
Basic dice roll 4 plus 100 plus 0 minus 20. Can you? I don't know, dude. Can you just manually roll?
I'm just gonna roll.
I don't know. You did not roll 100 there.
I think I rolled a 4, if I'm reading that right, but I can't.
Do you see how it says? Oh yeah, it says 4 span. Then it says plus 100 plus 0.
Oh,
plus
you know what it is? You can only see 2 digits on the cruel, right? Which you said was a 10. I think there's a hidden 0 in there.
I bet so. That'll happen to the traits. Yep.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Oh, so it is 100. Okay, so you actually rolled a 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'll honor the RNG of the roll. It's not like you made up the 4, right? If that's a salvageable component of the macro, I'll honor that.
Okay. Yeah. That is a pass.
Okay.
So I'm gonna check rule.
All right. He's gonna take -5, but he is calling on his own passion here.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna call passion. Not gonna call him passion of honor. Not calling honor. I'm calling love of family and being like, I'm getting this done for the Winterborn Gunnets.
He's calling on honor.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to be able to negate your shakenness, which means he's only fighting at normal dice.
Which is still bad for me.
Yeah, I mean it's Tristram, so it's But he's not known. He's known for dueling. He's not known for jousting.
That's fair. Yeah, it's not gonna be hard to beat.
Yep.
Yeah. Shit.
Floors you.
Didn't even work.
Tristan will,
Didn't even work.
Tristan will not extend a hand to help you up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think Archie even friggin' notices. He bounces up and like claps him on the shoulder, like, "Great tilt. Looks like your head was in it."
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah. Gauche. That's the word that is going to come up with Archie a lot. Not a bad guy. It's just really gauche.
Unrelated, why is gauche what it is? Does that mean like left-handed?
Does it? I don't know.
So like why is that bad?
I mean, sinister.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, sinister would be left. But gauche is, I thought, is left in French.
No.
And sinister would be Italian. No? Latin.
No, because it comes from guazzo in Italian, and then French picked it up from Italian.
Got it. Okay. Guazzo. Got it. All right. Thank you. Etymology lessons.
No, wait. That might be. There's the paint. Yeah, I misspelled it.
Who knows?
Gorthrin, we gotta go. Or sorry, Cadwalla's and Sir Lilo.
All right. Let's do it. So this is Kidwall is definitely doing this for her father. That she's literally here in his stead. So we're going to attempt. Let's see if this does it. Of a family, and 17.
All right. Sir Lilo's going to call on their honor. They may not be a name to themselves or a force or any round table child of a round table knight, but by Gorge, it's about the fight and the dog. So they fucking crit it too. Okay, I'm sorry, man. All right. Love it. I love that there's no winning knight is just going to be inadvertently fucking winning these tournaments.
Easily.
So that's like a plus 10, right? So
for
if their thing was 16,
yeah.
I think it is 16.
Is it plus 20?
Critical is in passion.
Oh yeah, plus 10.
Plus 10.
Oh yeah, this is their passion. Yep.
They tie you.
Tied.
Oh my god. So, yeah.
Again.
This is a rough tournament.
Yeah, sure is.
It's like rocket tag, Lance. like people are getting hurt. Everyone they're crunching. The armor is pretty good and all, but they're just people are definitely bringing it. Yeah,
getting bruised up. All right.
Yeah, exactly. So, everyone's gonna remember this is the tournament where nobody wants to fucking dance after it. Everyone's like, I'm actually good, dude. Let's just drink. I ain't getting anywhere. My back hurts. I ain't doing it. This melee's gonna suck.
This melee's gonna suck.
All right, let's do it again. Same roll.
Oof. Great. No good.
I'm pretty sure I beat you anyways.
Yep.
It's another tie.
With
the plus 6 from the crit. All right. Lilo moves on. It could have been worse. You could have been against Lancelot.
Could have. Oh, is he back?
Sorry, I didn't mention it. Yeah, Lancelot's back this time. He just literally shows up. He's at the best tournament. He's like, I've been busy. Tracking bandits and
Found the gauche thing, by the way.
Oh.
So gauche does come from French for left, because in French it also apparently has the connotation of clumsy or awkward. In fact, awkward in English comes from Middle English meaning left-handed or wrong way. Is awk, A-W-K-E in Middle English. So it seems like right and left for clumsy, adroit and clumsy, or savvy or awkward. That's just a association that's been made in a lot of different
Which
languages.
is all over the place. Yeah.
Still comes from left-handedness. Wow. Is that weirdly ableist?
Probably.
Depends on
Just
if
sounds like it.
depends if left-handed is a disability.
It's not.
It's
but
not.
But like the way it's used as a pejorative.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Like the intention though is that you are devaluing. That's weird.
Eric, you're just describing an insult.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs a special
Yeah, but it's
being insulting.
yeah. You're just insulting, but it's like a descriptive of okay.
That's
fair.
literally all insults, Eric.
Yeah, that's fair.
all insults are descriptive.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. All right. Anyways, let me just do a quick.
To the melee.
Let me just do a quick solo thing of Lilo versus Lancelot. Oh, never mind. Okay, poor Lilo. Lilo's gonna shit the bed against
Jeez.
Lancelot here.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay. All right. By the end of it, so it's an inglorious ending to the Lancelot takes the golden rings of Penningies, and yeah, it's not a great final match. All right, melee.
No.
Now, do you want to get your revenge, Mordred?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's feeling pretty embarrassed right now, and knowing he has to step back in the melee, especially with how quickly he was eliminated. I think he's gonna try and find Cerberus specifically,
Right.
but in general, I think he's gonna be lashing out here. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we can zoom in on that part for sure. Everyone else, though, let's give like let's see how the rest of the fight is going. So
Yeah.
let's pin in that Mordred if we do everyone else real quick. Rather than it being against a specific, I don't know. Do you guys want to specifically try to get revenge as well, or do you want to just leave it up to
Archie's just.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So we're first going to take the highest of the dice rolls here.
Yeah. This is
And,
the
well, okay. Well,
This gonna roll honor for this one.
yeah.
Archie wants to. Now it's a little bit more.
yeah.
Yup.
That sucks.
And in fact, that drops his honor.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of retesting honor for this.
Yeah, that's valid. It's a different challenge. And given what's going on, for sure.
All right, so +5. Oh. Oh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That was with-
Yeah. All right. Mordred, you get humiliated this tournament, buddy. Oh man.
You hate to see it.
You know, look. All it takes is
Start of darkness. It's,
Yeah. All it takes is one bad day.
Right.
Okay. And then you're certainly not going to get any other bad news today. Oh my God, Cadwalla.
So Cadwalla we use as a two-handed sword.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love to see it.
I mean,
We love to
there's
see family continuity here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she idolizes her dad.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, the last part of the melee would be Cadwalla versus. I mean, I think the interesting part would be basically Cadwalla versus Lancelot.
Let's do it. That'd be fun.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
All right. So.
Does Lancelot have a
No.
trigger and a boar patch?
No.
Okay.
I think so nobody can best necessarily, like, it's really hard to best Lancelot here. I don't think it would make sense fictionally for Cadwalla to best Lancelot in the fight. But I think Lancelot will actually just let her win, if that makes sense. which is probably even more
I mean, he's
frustrating.
getting. I could.
Like,
Yeah, even
yeah.
more for like.
You fight
it's
well,
the-
and he's already won the joust, and he's like, I don't
He's
want to
already
win
with the
everything.
joust. She goes
And
to
so-
swing, and he ducks. And
Yeah, and like
yields.
I think there's this part where Lancelot like kind of lets her win, and like in the Lancelot fashion. And I guess the question is how Cadwalla would take that. Because he's being he's like trying to be modest here and being like, I mean I can kind of like win this by myself. So
I have some notes for Cadwalla. It's just like that. One of the things that Sir Sagramore imparted on her was modesty, and like she's otherwise like just copied Gorthrin's stats over, except for 2 or 3 changes where it's like she's more chaste because that's the influence of her mom, and she's more modest as the influence from Sagramore. But she's otherwise idealistic, rude, faithful, and temperate.
I loved it, dude. What a good. That sounds like my kind of night, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, with her giant killing daddy knight.
Yeah.
As a role model, so let's just be honest.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated, right? Would prefer to fight.
Well, I think what it is that I think he has to take an injury leave. You know, he takes a knee.
It was a brutal joust.
And he's like, no, I can't. You know, he's gonna be like, I can't, man. You know, you hit me so hard in the joust, I can't do it. You know, and he's gonna let you win gracefully. And because you're the modesty role is like you actually you don't suffer any like harm feelings, like it's a cheated thing like that, or even think this is a foul play, like it gave it to me genuinely.
Yeah, Lancelot has always been an upstanding knight.
Right.
Another time then.
Yeah.
I think there's a little scene, like a sideline scene, and the camera pans over to Mordred, and he just doesn't get that. He would never, if he had the upper hand, would never just give somebody else that. It doesn't make sense to him. It's just not logically valuable in any way. And I think he doesn't. He thinks someone like that, they're setting themselves up for a failure or a bad fall.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right.
Yeah, Cadwalla takes her helmet off, and assists Sir Lancelot. That's it.
Yeah. And they limp off the field, and there's like that whole clapping thing, you know, like at a soccer game. So, meanwhile, Mordred is
she'll take the melee win. Like,
she does. So she wins the melee.
Archie's gonna do that slightly annoying friend thing of like coming up behind, like aggressive arm over the shoulder that's almost like a headlock. It's like, congratulations, Cadwalla.
Thank you, Archie.
A win's a win, right?
A win is a win. That is all anyone will remember.
Oh, I might remember the drubbing I got, but certainly Mordred looks like he's remembering quite a bit more than that. But there's good times to be had ahead, and I say, on with them.
On with them, indeed.
All right.
Yeah, she'll just like, because she's got a size of 15, so she's tall. You know, she doesn't quite have Gorthrin's like. Geez,
no.
I went with she's tall. It's just like put her arm around your shoulder too and go find the beer tent.
Oh, Archie's 13. He's not short like his mother. Yeah.
Well, I think finding the beer tent is where we'll
to get to the.
Yeah. I think going to the beer tent is probably where we'll call it for the night.
Just covered in the mud of the melee field.
Yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you.
What kind of glory do we get for that?
So participating in this tournament will net you 50 glory. Cadwalla winning the melee gets another 100 glory. No, let's double that to 200. Because this is a prestigious tournament. This was like a...
It was against...
Exactly.
Lancelot yielded.
Yeah, exactly. So, forever she is... Can go to every feast and be like, I technically beat Lancelot.
I technically beat that guy.
Yeah, you're like, which is kind of awesome. Even though you have to put an asterisk when you say it, it's like really cool.
It's an asterisk. Everybody reads the asterisk. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody reads it. That's what they're saying, like they're drinking the beer. Like, it's fun. Yeah, it's totally cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So you also get one of the golden rings as well, which is worth 10 librum. Mordred is obviously fucking fuming at the feast, doesn't talk to anybody, and you can see that they're like grumbling beneath the surface. And we'll get to see the darker side of Mordred on a future date.
Oh,
But thank you, Bob, for coming on today.
awesome.
That was fun, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, I
It's
appreciate
great to play with
it.
you guys.
Yeah, and Bob, tell us.
Anytime.
Yeah,
Anytime.
I want to give you a little bit of time because also we're a little late, but like I want to shout out your game. Where can people find you?
Sure, absolutely. I'm Twitch TV Bonway and Ticking Time Bob Gaming on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll link that in the description of the thing
Yeah.
for you.
Thanks a lot. So I have Sword of Victory, which is my, standard Salisbury Knights, which I hope to have you all on eventually here
Yeah.
for a little return of the OGs that you played, especially because I have a Winterborn Stoke player, and I think
Nice. Yeah, that's
to have the
awesome.
Winterborns together at some point.
Yep.
That is moving along nicely. We're still really early because I
Yeah.
started in 480, and we run like 4 or 5 sessions a year. And then I have my sibling campaign, which is set in Summerland with the Magician King, and that's where the crossover site is for like the Unseelie, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I have that's pretty much the themes of that. It's a group. That's my all girls campaign. So all the characters are females. One of them's like the daughter of a Squire. Another is the daughter of a former Lady of the Lake. And
Nice.
The other is just a noble woman, but she's something else. I guess I can't spoil that one,
Yeah.
but something's going on there. So yeah, those 2 games are moving along nicely, and Sundays and Tuesdays respectively are when we play.
Killer. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's so cool. All right. Cool. All right, y'all. Let's get out of here. So thanks again for the great game today.
Yep.
All right.
Excellent game.
See ya.